All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well on this Sunday. And the Seattle Seahawks may not play today. The Seattle Seahawks may not play this week, but I'll tell you, they've had a really good week. And I think that with this game, specifically the one you see on your screen, the Niners-Texans game going final, it was already pretty well settled. But when you combine it with some of these other outcomes that we're getting, I think that we can safely call this one of those weeks where your football team wins by doing nothing. The Seattle Seahawks got to sit at home. They got to watch what other teams did. And for the most part, I think things have gone quite well. So I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I do want to talk about this a little bit because as of right now, bottom line, whatever anybody wants to say about how this happened, the Seattle Seahawks are at the top of the NFC West. Be right back. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you about Sleeper, a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on sports games in real time with other users. You can get the fastest scores, blazing fast sports news and sports alerts right at your fingertips. And of course, you can use Sleeper to play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. This is the way sports were meant to be enjoyed together. So download Sleeper today. Use promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. And you can pair that with another promo they have right now where you can get a $20 entry free with no deposit required. So get both of those things going. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and growing. So check out Sleeper today. Get to it and go have some fun with sports this year. All right, welcome back. So, yeah, that's why I really wanted to make this video. As of this moment, and I know it's just because of a tiebreaker, and I know it's just because we haven't played as many games as the Niners, but regardless of anything that you can say on a technical level, as of this moment, the Seahawks lead the NFC West. And ultimately, it comes down to the fact that the Seahawks have gotten to play the Cardinals, so they have a divisional win. The Rams have not yet, so therefore they don't. That's ultimately what decides this. But regardless, the Seattle Seahawks are in first place, and that is something worth celebrating no matter what. Like, this could be gone next week. We might not be in first place next week. We might not be in first place the week after, but in this moment, this is something worth celebrating as a Seahawks fan. So don't forget to enjoy these moments. So, like I said, the big thing that we were watching for today was the Houston Texans. Now, this probably takes Houston out of the seller market in the trade deadline coming up in this next week. But obviously, this was worth a lot more. Houston needed the win to keep their season alive. San Fran was being kind of. San Fran was somehow ambling around despite all their injuries and still finding a way to win games and get it done. We needed these things to stop happening. We needed something to knock the Niners off their roll a little bit, and this is the kind of game that did it. They were pretty badly outplayed, I think. I watched most of the game. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I definitely got the sense that they were pretty badly outplayed. And Houston looked like the better team for 60 minutes. Houston was able to run the ball very effectively. They were able to they mounted a very effective passing attack even without Nico Collins and I believe no Kirk or Christian Kirk, right? Yeah, he's the receiver they have that's also out. And the Niners, they got Kittle back, but wasn't able to do a ton to help that team. So there it is. There it is. That's exactly what we needed to see. Not only because we need the Niners to just lose, but also because I think we've seen things have kind of caught up to the Niners. I understand that Houston really needed this win, but when you look at all the stuff that Houston is dealing with right now, a good, fundamentally sound team would have taken care of business against them in this game, I think. So you are starting to see the 49ers just kind of. I think that there's just been too much damage done. And maybe they get Brock Purdy back. Maybe that helps them out a little bit. They might get one or two of these other injured players back, like they might get Ayuk back soon, but who knows what Ayuk is even going to do for them. Honestly, at this point, it seems like they'd almost rather not have him, so they may think pretty poorly of him at this point. We'll see where that even goes, but they're not going to get Warner back. They're not going to get Bosa back, and it does seem like they're kind of running out of gas here. And there were other outcomes, too, that, by the way, were good for the Seahawks, at least in terms of this current season. You know, like the Cowboys have now lost, or they're about to lose. They're way behind. They're going to lose. They were a team that's lingering. That obviously knocks them back a little bit. You've got a team like the Falcons. While we did want the Falcons to win for other reasons, as far as this year's postseason goes, we did want them to lose. As far as this season goes, that is good for us. The Panthers lost. That was actually something that we cared about a pretty decent amount. The Vikings lost on Thursday. Just all around. The Bears lost. It was a good week. If we can get the Pittsburgh Steelers to win tonight and the Chiefs to win tomorrow night, that's really good. The worst thing that happened this week was probably what Tampa Bay won, right? That's probably about as unfortunate as it gets. And let's face it, none of us had any hope that the Saints were going to help us out here. Maybe the Eagles won, I guess. That's not ideal, but whatever. They were always going to win that game, I think. So, look, we take our wins when they come. We celebrate our wins when they're here, knowing that sometimes these moments are fleeting. Like don't get caught up in, oh, well, I don't really care about anything that happens until we win the Super Bowl. Don't forget to appreciate moments like this. And yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to talk about in this video. Just wanted to discuss the week that we just had and celebrate the fact that we're in first place. And look, got a real chance of being able to maintain that. You look at the remaining schedule. I mean, it's not maybe quite as soft as we thought because Indy is such a juggernaut. Indy looks so good that they're obviously not the team I thought we were going to get in the offseason. But by that same token, I thought Washington was going to be a lot better this year. So we're getting a little bit of a trade-off there, but it's a trade-off that I think this team should be more than willing to live with. The Falcons were a team that I was afraid of in their home stadium, but you saw what they did today. They may not be a threat. We might get to that game and Atlanta's just completely out of it. They might be I hate to say it because of the other implications here. They might end up being a 5 or 6 win team this year, and they're no real threat. So, I mean, you got some things going your way here, man. You got some things going your way, and I don't know if this is the best team in the division, but right now things are set up pretty good for them to maybe go and win it. All right. I think that's probably going to be it for today. I don't think I'm going to post another video later today. Plenty of stuff coming out tomorrow. My 4th TikTok video should go live tomorrow as well, by the way, so just keep an eye out on that. But yeah, life is good. Seahawks had a good bye week in many ways. And if they can get it done next week against Washington, which does not look like as difficult a task as I was imagining, there's a real opportunity for the team to just get on a run, and by the time they look up, the division could be pretty close to decided. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Good week. Everybody have a good time, and we'll see what happens with these late games. Hopefully we get the result we want. Might stream tonight. First time in a while over on Twitch. See you soon.